So this is part of PE, but it's not all of it. So you are doing this how many days a week, and then what's the rest of the program look like?
Okay, what we've been doing in the past, we were games. A couple schools. Here, serve the volleyball.
Yeah,
Here, do this. We started doing this early on. When we first started doing this back in August, we started with the cadence. How to count the cadence, how to count the 8 count, how to do the now, how to do the 10, how to do those, the 1, 2, ready, push, you know. And that was tricky for some of them. Then we added in the movements, tried to break them down. Here's how we do this one, here's how we do that one. So we initially started doing the teaching part. We were 5 days a week, and we would basically burn the whole 48 minutes or whatever we could, the 35 of actual class participation time. And then when we started doing the workouts, the routine, we would get about, I think we'd do like 3 moves at a time and learn them and try to focus on them. And we would do maybe 3 days a week. So first quarter, we were doing it 3 days a week. By the time we got it completely done, it was taking us about 17, 18 minutes. The kids, we'd break it down, instead of doing the full 5 sets and 5 push-ups and 50 hops, we would do 3 sets, 30 hops, still do 5 push-ups. Always kept the push-ups in the same. And then as they gained a little bit of strength and gained a little bit more endurance, then we went up to the freshman classes. Are all doing what I refer to as our 5-55, our 5 sets, 50 hops and 5 push-ups. They do the full routine. We were going 3 times a week at the end of first quarter, or at the end of the second quarter. Next quarter, we'll be up to at least 4 times a week. Fifth or fourth quarter, we're going to go at least 5 times a week.
Okay.
To finish up with. So as they gain the endurance factor, they feel more comfortable, we'll add more to it. Some of the kids getting stronger, we may add another set, just to up the ante just a little bit.
So I've liked how you have told me over the months that you've made it work for your kids, because you didn't take it all at once. You took little chunks of it and worked them up.
Oh, absolutely.
And this the level we put out is actually the beginning level. So there were harder versions. So as they get into it, you can add sets, or I could show you some other options too.
Right.
But I think you're taking a good path, and the kids are doing it, and they're okay with it.
Right.
Right.
I think that's one of the biggest things. I know some of them are never going to get it exactly right.
Yeah.
There'll always be some that always want to push to perfect each move.
Sure.
One of the things that I'm just happy with, they're moving.
Right.
They're not standing around. One thing my wife and I talked about this at home, that when we played volleyball, she was one of her students. You called her. She was one of those sidestep girls. You know, the ball would come out, she'd sidestep out of the way.
Yeah.
This routine, they can't sidestep it.
Right.
They may not push, but they know I'm going to come right back to them and say, no, we've got to move. So they're moving. They're not being sedentary. They're not standing back in the back with their arms crossed, not participating. They're forced to actively participate.
There's a group dynamics with mass calisthenic drills, because it's all for one for all, and if you're off cadence count, you really stand out.
Yes.
And so without you having to say too much, I think as the kids get into it, they'll kind of police each other. That's what we heard from the alumni.
Yeah.
Right.
Some of the kids we've got now, they're starting to get on each other. I still have a couple of kids when we go from the 8 count to the 10 count to the now to the class halt. They'll get off on count, and you'll hear 1 or 2, hey, look over and say, what are you doing? But I also try to let them know, it's like when you all count, you're going to make mistakes. Mistakes are okay, but when you're all counting, you've got 30 voices, and if that one voice is the one that makes the mistake, the other 39 help override them.
Right.
So it's like when you have everybody, it's okay that 1 or 2 makes a mistake, but when everybody's quiet, only following the one, and the one makes a mistake, then you have group mess up rather than group correction. So I've tried to get them. The cadence is very, very, very important. It glues them all together.
It is.